This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Monday, May 22nd. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather featuring a few scattered showers and storms around this afternoon. Tomorrow, I think, will be one of our cooler days in the month of May. Highs only in the low and mid 70s. Might be the last time we see that for a while. And heat levels will be rising next week. Thought we'd go right to the radar down in southeast Alabama. This is the Fort Rucker radar. You can see some fairly big storms in progress down across the southeastern counties of the state. These storms are producing heavy rain, maybe a touch of small hail, a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning. And they're basically lined up from near Eufaula, right down through parts of Henry and Houston counties, down toward Abbeville, Headland, and Dothan. And those extend down into the Florida Panhandle as well. And that's where the most active storms will be for the next several hours. For the northern counties of the state, you can see we've got a few showers and storms around, but not as many. They're in scattered pockets, mainly along and west of I-65. We note a pretty heavy cluster of storms just north of Montgomery, up around Prattville and Millbrook. And again, thunderstorms in parts of Hale, Perry, Bibb, Tuscaloosa counties. And we'll see these around for the next several hours. Let's look at the upper air look. And again, if you look at those the chart there, you can see those L's. There's a broad upper low that's kind of drifting in from the west. Check the visible satellite view. And again, we have a mix of sun and clouds. For some, the sun is out. For others, it's overcast. And here's the broad radar perspective, the composite across the southeast at 2:30. And again, you can see the heavier storms down across the southeastern counties of the state. Temperatures are mostly in the upper 70s and low 80s, Birmingham at 80. The same for Huntsville, Montgomery 82, Dothan with nearby storms 78 degrees there, Mobile, the warm spot at 85. Got a flash flood watch in effect for 5 counties down in southeast Alabama, the southeastern corner of the state. That would include Coffee, Dale, Henry, Geneva, and Houston counties through this evening. Otherwise, a very quiet May day across the country. Storms are expected to form over the Texas Panhandle, the South Plains, parts of West Texas through tonight. Also a marginal risk for parts of Montana. And around here, a marginal risk across southeast Alabama this evening. That's basically for areas southeast of Montgomery. That would include Greenville, Evergreen, Bruton, Andalusia, Enterprise, Troy, Eufaula, and Dothan. And the main concern, strong winds, maybe a little bit of small hail, very low-end tornado threat through the evening hours. Tomorrow, a marginal risk over much of Florida. Also a risk over parts of central Texas back up toward the Panhandle. And Wednesday, day 3, a marginal risk again for parts of West Texas up into southeast Colorado. Here's the rain for the next 7 days. Not a lot. The heavier totals down in southeast Alabama around Dothan, maybe 1.5 inches there. Amounts mostly under 1/2 inch for the north, 1/2 to 1 inch elsewhere. And this is valid through Monday morning of next week. And in the tropics, we have our first X of the season, an area of interest, but don't get too excited here. There is a 0% chance this develops. It ain't happening. All of the social folks get all crazy, and no, it's not going to happen. No chance of development in the short term, no chance of development in the long term. Strong winds aloft, dry air will eat that thing up, and the tropics will likely stay quiet for the rest of May. And, of course, the season technically begins on the 1st of June. Again, the really big hurricanes, they come along in August, September, early October. That's when things tend to peak out there. But you always have to watch for these little preseason backyard systems. But that one will not be developing. Model fans, here we go. The GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 4. That broad upper low is moving over the state. And I think the really headline tomorrow is the fact that it's going to be kind of cool for May. Highs again low in mid-70s. That's over 10 degrees below average. And there could be a few showers, especially along and south of Interstate 20. Showers should be few and far between over North Alabama, and a lot of clouds around. So this is Wednesday, and a fairly dry air mass settles in here. The sky becoming mostly sunny. High should be close to 80. Thursday looks like a sunny day with low 80s. And then Friday, a little feature could kick off a couple of isolated showers. But I really think a decent chunk of the day will be dry, and many places probably won't see a drop of rain on Friday. The high Friday, again, low 80s in most spots. And that's going to be the case for the weekend. This is Saturday. A lot of things are happening outdoors. And most of the state dry, just isolated showers. And the same thing Sunday. Again, could there be a shower? Yes, but probably not many. Highs for the weekend most likely in the low 80s. And a week from today, Monday the 29th of May, an upper low is northeast of Alabama. And again, maybe a few isolated showers, but probably not many. Let's go out 10 days, Thursday, the 1st of June. You know what this is. Number one, it's the beginning of meteorological summer. Number two, the first day of the hurricane season. And there's a pretty large-scale upper ridge over the central U.S., kind of pushing the main mid-latitude westerlies up into Canada, and around here, just quiet. And probably hot. Check the rain for Birmingham coming off the GFS ensemble. The mean a little over 2 inches between now and the 7th of June. And yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be the coolest day of the month, a high of only 74. This is the NBN for Birmingham. And then low 80s for the rest of the week and the weekend, and then up there close to 90 by the middle part of next week. And the latest 8 to 14-day guidance in the house. This is from May 29th through June 4th. Temperatures here would be a little above average if this verifies. Roll that kid cam. My buddies at Avondale Elementary in Birmingham, kindergarten students, first graders in the gym, looking good. Had a great time today. They were so good, and ooh, boy, that's a huge cake right there. But, you know, this is the last one of the year. I can't believe it. We're done. That's a wrap for the school year. We have been to, goodness, I don't know how many schools, a bunch. I think it's a record for me and hundreds and hundreds of kids, and it's been a great year. And now we kind of morph into the summer season with summer programs and senior adult programs. And before you know it, we'll be back on the school tour in August as the new school year begins. So tomorrow I headed up to Fort Payne to see my friends at the Arc of DeKalb County in Fort Payne. Wednesday doing a program at Children's of Alabama for some of the patients and their families there. And then Saturday we do have a book signing scheduled in Hoover. Again, I don't have the exact details yet. I want to say it's going to be noon to 2 at the Finley Center during the SEC baseball tournament. As soon as we get the details on that, we'll post it on the social channels. And of course, we have Weather Brains tonight. It's Monday. The weekly show for weather dweebs, nerds, dorks, weenies. The show begins at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the Weather Brains YouTube channel, youtube.com/weatherbrains. And we know that most people listen to the audio podcast. That'll be out late tonight. And as always, we invite you to watch us on TV right across the hall over here, Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.